Okay, so hi guys, welcome to Monday Movie News. This will be a new series that I'm going to start doing every Monday, where I give you 5 pieces of news in the world of film and sometimes telly, depending on how important it is. What are you doing? Anyway, let's get on with the show. Okay, so first of all, Marvel's Doctor Strange film seems to be slowly moving forward, as they've just released a potential director shortlist. Now this list includes Jonathan Levine of 50/50 and Warm Bodies, Nicolas Arcel, the writer of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the Swedish version, Dean Israelite, who is the director of the upcoming Welcome to Yesterday, and Mark Andrews, the co-director of Brave. Now, I really like this list because it's so out of the box. You would not have put these people to direct a film like this. However, I think it's probably a perfect list. To be honest, I fancy Levine for it, because he's shown us in his work with 50/50 and Warm Bodies he can take a serious subject and he can give it humour, and that's really what Marvel is about. They do very dark concepts, but they've always got that underlining humour in it. So yeah, I'm pretty confident with this list, and I'm hoping that Levine gets it. Okay, so the second piece of news is that Will Smith is rumoured to be, or no, he's in talks to head a project, a sci-fi thriller known as Brilliance. Now, the novel that the book is, or the novel that the film is going to be based on is described as follows. In New York, a man sensing patterns in the stock market racks up $300 billion. In Chicago, a woman can go invisible by being where no one is looking. They are called invisibles, and since the 1980s, 1% of people have been born this way. Nick Cooper is among them, a federal agent who has gifts rendering him exceptional at hunting terrorists. His latest target may be the most dangerous man alive, a brilliant, drenched in blood and intent on provoking civil war. Now, I'm a bit mixed on this. Obviously, I'm hoping it's a return to form for Will Smith, seeing as the films he's been in after Earth recently haven't been very good at all. However, I'm hoping this is a return to form for him. Yeah, I'm hoping it's a return to form for him, and plus, this is where Will Smith excels, really, in these kind of roles. We know he can do comedy, we know he can do drama, but roles like this, he really excels. And when we look at it, he hasn't made a lot of films recently. He's more putting focus on Jaden, but I don't think people are buying Jaden, but I do hope this film. It does sound very good. I mean, it's nothing new. It's all going to be about the execution of this film, but Will Smith is definitely a selling point if he does head it. Okay, so the third piece of news is that the first image of Dane DeHaan as the Green Goblin in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 has been released, and the picture is awesome. I mean, he actually looks insane. I mean, there's no more mask like in the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man, where you couldn't see the emotion and you couldn't see anything. It was just a little mask. I never liked that mask, but no, in this he actually looks insane, and I've always thought that Dane DeHaan is going to be a fantastic Green Goblin if he was going to be the Green Goblin in the film. He is also an up-and-coming actor. I mean, the films that he's been in, Chronicle, Lawless, he was fantastic in Lawless. I really think he's one to watch, and I think he reminds me of Ryan Gosling. Like, he does these very, very good films, but they're very underrated. Chronicle, Lawless, but unlike Gosling, he's picked a very mainstream film, and I hope this is his breakout role. You know, and when I saw this image, I was thinking, what if the Green Goblin is the real villain to The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and all of this promotional and teasers and all the trailers that show Electro, that's really only half the film. That would be quite interesting, seeing as what I've heard about The Amazing Spider-Man 2 from early reviews and early screenings, is that critics are saying that it is the Dark Knight trilogy's The Dark Knight in comparison, which is it's a lot to live up to, and if they're saying that about it, then I'm even more excited than I was. Okay, so the next piece of news is that the Expendables 3 director, oh god, he just doesn't care. Okay, so the Expendables 3 director, Patrick Hughes, has been in talks and rumoured to be now directing the North American remake of The Raid Redemption, which is... I can't say much because I haven't seen Expendables 3, but what this tells me is that the studios have faith in Expendables 3, and that Expendables 3 is looking very good because they know how much of a big fan base The Raid has. And a lot of people from that fan base might be saying, oh, don't remake it, it's really good, but it only made a little bit of money. I think 1 million, maybe? Like, it's minuscule, so, well, it's minuscule in their eyes. And if they can take a property, a foreign property like that, give it a North American twist, and make it like, a lot of money, then why shouldn't they? I mean, it's also introducing a new audience to the film, and also from seeing that, the old or the new audience might go back to see the original. So I don't have a problem with it, and I'm more excited for Expendables 3 now. Okay, so the last piece of news isn't film news, and it's television news, and that's news about Heroes Reborn. Now I'm such a big Heroes fan. Admittedly, yes, I think that the quality declined in the later seasons. However, I am so excited. I mean, I even have 2 of the comics right here. You might not be able to, well, you won't be able to see them, but I have volume 1 and 2 of the comics that were made. But no, they are. I'm very excited. I mean, however, there is a rumour that the cast won't be returning, but really, what is Hayden Panettiere doing? The only really one that I can think of that's doing work is Zachary Quinto, and that's American Horror Story and Star Trek, but Star Trek 3 hasn't even been confirmed yet. However, Tim Crane, the creator of the series, said that each series is a volume. It's never a set story with certain characters. You make the story with these characters and you finish the story in that volume. You don't leave anything hanging. However, you know, it'll be disappointing if the characters don't turn up. Like, even if it's like little cameos, I don't mind new characters. New characters might give it a new, like, a refreshing style. Introduce it to a new audience, you know. It's quite difficult, seeing as the size of the fan base for Heroes is, but nevertheless, I'm excited. Everything is in the link below. You've got all the stories that I've mentioned, pictures. So yeah, I shall see you next time for the new video, which should be up today as well. Okay? Caiosky.